Hello guys, welcome back to a brand new video. In today's video, I'm gonna show you how to retake A site on Dust 2 as a CT in CS2. I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe. By the way, we are doing free giveaways every month. In these giveaways, you can win various CS2 skins and free CS2 course access passes created by a Faceit level 10 coach who has experience in high tier CS2 teams. To sign up, simply visit the CS2 polls giveaway page and follow the instructions. Link is in the description. And without further ado, let's get straight into it. So let's talk about the retake positioning. The most common positions for Ts in A retakes are behind this box on default. Ts can also play behind goose. Sometimes they play behind barrels. They can also play standing up on this box or drop down holding short like so. Ts can also play close up if they stand on top of this box or in this scaffolding in short. They can also try and camp in the corner of short. Sometimes you might catch CTs camping towards here, however they might be visible if you stand towards this corner, since then you can see the feet of the enemy. One of the most common positions for Ts to play in retake situations is the car, or at least camping in this corner. When it comes to long, the most common position is towards pit, since Ts love to plant for long and Ts like to camp in pit, so they're less visible and have a higher chance of winning if CTs don't have a smoke. However, a lot of Ts love to hold this position in double door, or they can even sometimes try and push and flank you from behind. That's why in retake scenarios, always make sure to check for flanks. When there is 2 or more CTs alive in a retake scenario, then the best way for them to play out the retake is to split up in between different positions. CTs can rather go short, they can go through CT, or they can go through long. When you're in a scenario where you're 2 or more people alive, then you have to split up in order to clear the most positions as fast as you can. That's why if one of you is going short, then the other player can go CT, while the third player can go towards long. When it comes to playing CT, it's best to play with rifles or close range weapons instead of long range weapons like ops, because when you're with the op, you have to commit to a close range battle, and then it becomes a bit risky for you since you have to try and attack them from ramp, or you have to jump up this box and then try to fight. It becomes very difficult since you're with an op and you're in a very open position. So unless you're combat opping, I suggest playing in long. Long is the best position to play in with the op if you're retaking A site, because you can really effectively use the op for its long range abilities. For example, you can easily clear car and then quickly commit towards ramp and then hold side. You can clear these angles very easily and it doesn't take much time. However, if you are going to long with the op, you do need to clear several positions, like behind this double door, or check the very corner in pit, or even when you look towards side, you do need to watch out for any player who is camping in the corner of car. That's why it's also good if you're going long with another teammate, so he can support you with a rifle or any other weapon. However, playing with the op is also good when you're going towards short, because you have a lot of cover and you can clear the site very openly, because you can clear several positions at the same time. You just need to watch out for Ts who are camping close towards boxes and try to catch you on timing. Firstly, when the ops peek in short, they should quickly clear goose, because this is the most common spot for ops and also Ts with AKs. After focusing on that position, then you need to focus more towards default. After holding this angle, you do need to wait for your teammates to push, because at the end of the day, your teammates will have to clear the site, whether it's from long or whether it's from CT. Ts usually peak this position 99.9% of the time in retakes. When it comes to playing with the M4 or any other rifle, every position works for it, especially CT since it's a very close range position. While you're running here, you have to deal with multiple close range positions, such as long ramp, such as car, and if no one is watching long, then you need to focus more towards long itself, and you can also jump up and clear the side like so, or you can jump up these boxes on boost and then clear the side. Playing with the M4 in short is also very good, simply because you can quickly run around and then clear the positions manually while the op is holding, or you can just go by yourself and hold the positions yourself. When it comes to playing long, it's also very good, however you do need to keep in mind that due to the range, it might be a bit difficult to get the enemies down. In my opinion, the best way to go towards long when you're with a rifle is to quickly check the corner of pit like so. Even if you don't see the small angle, you quickly focus towards car and then clear it like so, and then you peek out the ramp like so. If you see no one, then you quickly move around to check the corner of pit, then you move back again and then you shift towards A. When you shift towards A, you quickly clear this corner as well, and then you have a very close entry towards site, and you didn't have to use the M4 for a long range battle. However, this can only happen if you catch T's on timing, because typically they usually check long all the time. That's why if you're camping in this corner, you can sometimes crouch if you want. However, if they peek you, you might be dead instantly. The best way to retake A site or any other site in general, the best way to retake A site is to go in at the same time. You push with your team at the same time, so the T's get distracted by one side while the others can flank them and kill them from behind. That's why it doesn't matter which position you go from. What's important is that you make a distraction for your team so they can quickly walk up and clear the site and try to catch them on timing. Now let's talk about utility. The most common utility is thrown from short, and it's pretty much similar to the lineups that T's use for pushing short. For example, take this flash lineup. T's love to use it on eco and pistol rounds. If you're alone at short and you want a good flash for your peek, then you can definitely throw this flash because it doesn't take you time and you instantly peek into the flash. Another good flash, however, it is a bit more risky since you have to walk up a bit close, so T's might spot you if they're camping here. You stand up close to this side of stairs and then you throw above this building. After the flash, you instantly peek, and it's pretty much the same concept. However, this flash might be a bit less visible since it's coming from high and T's are mostly focused towards this area, not this area. That's why whether this flash might be a bit too risky, it might be a bit better if you want to catch T's off guard. A really good smoke that you can use is the smoke for crossing short. You simply position yourself in this corner of the box and then look at this gap and aim in the bottom middle of it and then left click throw. This smoke is very effective because it has this small gap that you can peek through and clear the site, and also when you cross towards A site, you're not being spotted from a lot of T's who are camping in car or other positions from site. If you combine this smoke with this flash, you have a very good setup for peeking short. After you throw the smoke, you can also throw a quick molly lineup. If you aim at this palm tree and then aim below it and more to the right, while running you just throw it and it perfectly lands towards site, clearing the main positions that T's love to camp in the post plant. It forces them to rather move towards this area or drop down towards the ramp, and that's where the players like the CT player or the long player can catch them off guard. You can also combine these lineups if you throw a Molotov and then after instantly a nade. It lands very nicely towards site and can deal a lot of utility damage towards enemies. If you want to throw an extra flash, then you can simply position yourself in the corner of this box and look at this line where the building ends and move more to the right by a slight centimeter and then just throw the flash. This flash lands in this corner, blinding T's who are positioning themselves in this area, and it doesn't blind your teammates because the flash is behind this wall. That's why CTs can't really see it. If you're retaking A site and you're going short with the up, you can also throw this really effective smoke lineup. It's a very specific lineup, so you do need to learn it really well in order for it to work. You position yourself in this corner and then you look exactly at this shape's middle part. Then you remove your scope, pull out a smoke, and then simply left click throw. This smoke lands exactly here all of the time and it smokes off the cross as well. Combined with this smoke, you have a very nice cross combination. The player from CT is also covered, so it makes it easier for him to clear towards the site area. He can even jump up the boxes and camp and wait out for the smoke to end, or he can jump up the scaffolding and then clear the site. When it comes to CT players, they can't really throw a lot of effective utility. However, there are a few lineups that you can use when you're playing CT. For example, while running, if you're running towards the left side of the arc and aiming at this position of the pole, then while running, you can just left click throw and throw a perfect molly towards the long ramp. If you stand exactly on this mark of the wall and then aim at the spot where these two palm trees connect and throw, you have a very nice molly towards Goose. If you stand on the edge of this arc and then look at this corner and throw, you have a very nice molly towards site. If you crouch in front of this side of arc, move slightly to the right and aim at the top right corner of this umbrella and left click throw, you have a quick and easy flash towards long ramp. After you take control of site, then you can quickly focus towards defusing the bomb. It's ideal if one of you keeps the smoke instead of using it towards these lineups, just in case if long is not being taken and you are in a situation where someone is camping in pit and holding the bomb. Thank you everyone for watching the video. This was the best way to retake A site on Dust 2 as a CT in CS2. I hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe and comment down in the comments below on what you want us to do next. And I'll see you in the next video. Peace.